I think it's really important to have in every lesson a warm-up routine, the way I do on my clarinet. We start out with scales and exercises for intonation, articulation, and bowing. And then I call on students to play alone and have the other students critique their playing. We then do sight singing for ear training. We conduct in every class the different patterns. We do sight reading of rhythms. And then I turn to the radio and I turn on the local classical station. We call that Drop the Needle. When I was in college, back in the 70s, we had turntables with LPs. And the professor would put the needle onto the middle of the record and we'd have to guess the composer. So when I do that, we try to guess if the style is Baroque, classical, romantic, or any of the 20th century styles. After a while, the students understand which composer and which period, and then we're ready to play great music. I think my biggest challenge is getting to the music, because that's why I'm there. That's why the students are there. We want to play music. In order to get there, there has to be so much preparation. The students have to have instruments that are working. They have to have the music in their folders. They have to know where they're sitting. There's scheduling problems. The list goes on and on. I often say that 95% of what I do in the 24-hour day has nothing to do with music, but it's worth it just for the 5% of the day doing music with the students. Well, as I said, the feeling that we're all playing music together, especially when it's a large class, when there's at least 50 students or so, playing the same music together, that's a very proud moment for me in rehearsal. But we take it a step further when we're in concert, whether it's at school or it's at one of the nursing homes or hospitals where we're playing for elderly people. I'm very fortunate that our school has been invited to perform at Carnegie Hall over a dozen times over the past 20 years, and that we've been able to put over 735 students on the stage at Carnegie Hall, many of them multiple times, because that's the greatest concert stage in the world. Because we cover such great music, very often students will email me or text me when they recognize a piece that we worked on. But now with Facebook, I'll get messages from someone that I haven't seen in 20 or 30 years, and they'll say, you might not remember me, but I remember that we worked on Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony and I just heard it, and now I realize what a great piece that was that you showed us.